Okay, so here it is, our very first 10-year anniversary edition of the Qwerkywriter. Now, we've come a long way since we first launched the original Qwerkywriter, and I want to show you around all the latest and greatest features we've added to the anniversary edition of the Qwerkywriter. We wanted to celebrate our anniversary edition of the Qwerkywriter in this stunning stealth chrome finish. Its understated gloss has just enough shine to make it look special without being too over the top. The Qwerkywriter Anniversary Edition also comes standard with this beautiful scratch-resistant and finger smudge-resistant aluminum chassis, top and bottom, making the weight of the Qwerkywriter nice and hefty, slightly over 3 pounds. For the first time ever on our Qwerkywriters, the Anniversary Edition features a linear switch. From the legendary mechanical switch maker Cherry, featuring the Cherry Speed Silver Switch. It's 45 grams of actuation force, quiet, linear, and factory lubricated. What does that mean in English? Well, the new Anniversary Edition feels buttery smooth, quiet, and silky. If Cherry Speed Silver Switches are not your thing, for the first time ever on a Qwerkywriter, the Anniversary Edition features hot swappable switches. You can bring your own mechanical switches to bear and swap and customize to your heart's content. Simply use the hot swap tool to remove the switch entirely and place whatever MX compatible switch you'd like. Oh, just one note of caution, the top and bottom row switches are very close to the top plate, so just use caution and be careful when you use our tool with a very narrow pincer to avoid possibly scratching the top plate. So let's talk about how the Qwerkywriter connects to your devices. The Qwerkywriter can pretty much connect to any device that has a Bluetooth or a USB connection. This includes Windows 11, desktops, laptops, Android tablets, e-ink devices like the Kindle, and of course all Apple devices including Macs, MacBooks, iPads, and iPhones. The Qwerkywriter can even connect to your smart TV devices like Samsung or Apple TV. Let's first talk about the wired USB-C. The Qwerkywriter can connect via wired USB with this included cable here. The cable fits snugly in the back via USB-C port, and it can connect to any device on the other end with a USB-A or USB-C by removing this dongle here. In USB mode, your device should just detect the Qwerkywriter and the Qwerkywriter should be ready to go. Sometimes you might need to reboot your host device, and once again you might need to press this silver button here, which is called the mode button. If there's any kind of operating system upgrade on your host device, you might also need to reboot your host device, and you may once again need to press this mode button here to get back to your USB mode. By the way, with this USB-C cable, you also charge the Qwerkywriter and its internal 3500 mAh battery. You can use a phone charger brick or connect directly to a desktop computer or a laptop for a couple of hours for a full charge that can last 1 to 2 months of normal use. We recommend that when you receive the Qwerkywriter to give it a quick 2-3 hour charge and you should be ready to go. If you happen to connect the Qwerkywriter via wired USB to say a low power device like an iPad or a mobile device, please be aware that it probably is not charging the Qwerkywriter. The 5.0 Bluetooth transmitter on the Qwerkywriter can connect to most all devices that are Bluetooth enabled. Now we have seen, however, really old host devices, say on Windows 7 or Windows 10 laptops, or first or second generation tablets, that the Bluetooth could be sluggish, and that's really no fault of the Qwerkywriter. So in that case, we recommend getting an external updated Bluetooth dongle for your host device, or use it via just wired USB for the best experience. Now, in order to connect the Qwerkywriter, first be sure that the Qwerkywriter is in Bluetooth mode by pressing the toggle button right here next to the return bar. Then in the back of the Qwerkywriter, there is a pairing button. Press and hold this button for a few seconds, and then the LED will blink fast. Now you're ready to pair the Qwerkywriter. Go to your respective device and find the Qwerkywriter and pair the device. As I mentioned, the Qwerkywriter can connect up to 3 Bluetooth devices and switch amongst them, making it very convenient to quickly connect all your devices like your phone, a tablet, back to a laptop, for example. If you press FN and respective numbers 1 to 3, you will see the Bluetooth LED toggle from devices 1 through 3. These are Bluetooth slots where you can pair your devices up to 3, and the Qwerkywriter will remember them. So let's say if you want to pair another device to, say, the second Bluetooth slot, simply switch FN2, then press the pairing button in the back, then go to your host device, find the Qwerkywriter and pair it. Now you can switch from two devices by pressing FN1 or FN2 to toggle back and forth. One of the most fun parts of the Qwerkywriter is the all-metal macro programmable return bar. So out of the box, the Qwerkywriter return bar functions as the enter key. But you can program this return bar to any character you want, up to 15 characters. It can be also programmed to hold most macro commands like Command C or Command V for copy and paste. Simply put the return bar in program mode by pressing FN return bar. You can see the blinking LED there, indicating that it's in program mode. Now I'll program the keyboard to type Qwerky by pressing Qwerky. Then once I'm done, I'll press FN return bar again. And when I tap the return bar, it will type Qwerky. To set it back to default mode, you can once again press FN return bar, press the enter key, and then press FN and return bar again. Now the return bar is enter key once again. Another fun feature of the Qwerkywriter is the dual encoder scroll knobs. By default, the left scroll is page scroll, and the right scroll is volume. But you can switch this function by pressing FNW, and now the page scroll is on the right, and the volume control is on the left, which, by the way, I prefer it this way. The Qwerkywriter can hold a wide range of mobile devices on its convenient tablet stand, which is more like a tray, making it very compatible. You can stick an iPhone here, or even a huge 13-inch tablet with no wobble or tipping over issues. We all know that this is where the magic is, the two-piece, Typewriter-inspired round keycaps. New for 2025, we've much improved our electroplating and lowered the center of gravity to make the stems more stable and less prone to wobble. We also made the spacebar two pieces with the electroplating frame, unlike the original Qwerkywriter, which was just one piece. You can toggle from Mac and PC modes by pressing the function O to change your OS. This simply swaps the location of the Win Command key with the Alt Option key. Once you do this, you can actually physically swap the keycaps to represent either Windows or Mac. By default, though, the Qwerkywriter is set to the Mac OS. By pressing these three keys, Function, Control, Escape, you will factory reset the Qwerkywriter, resetting all Bluetooth pairing, return bar programming, and any functions to its original factory setting. FNW will switch scroll knob functions. FN return bar puts the return bar in program mode. You can type whatever key you want, up to 15 characters, or press some modifier keys like Command C or Command V, and it will remember. And pressing the FN return bar will again toggle out of program mode.